Hi, my name is Nathaniel Ismana, and today we will be discussing compensation practices, planning, and its challenges. Okay, let's get started. Okay, this is the learning objectives for today. We will discuss the role of compensation within healthcare, how rewards affect work performance, perceptions of equity, and the relationship between employee rewards and their work. And we will also be discussing the criticisms of pay for performance and if rewards actually work or not. Okay, to introduce our topic and its purpose, um, there are many errors that managers commit in their workplace, and it can change the quality of care in a negative way. And keep in mind that can also affect the relationship between managers and their employees. The purpose of compensation practices, planning, and challenges is to reward employees for their performance, achieving organizational goals and budgets, and while maintaining top quality work. Okay. Um, we'll be talking about performance appraisals and compensation practices, planning and challenges, but more specifically of the criticism of pay for performance and if it actually works. Okay. To start with the problem and challenges, a problem of pay for performance is that it creates an environment where employees feel controlled and not an environment conductive to exploration, learning, and progress. This can really affect the relationship between managers and their employees, which I mentioned earlier. For example, paying primary care physicians for more patients may have the effect of lowering the level of quality provided to patients. One aspect of being distributional is the strictness of a manager. Managers who are overcritical tend to rate performance lower than other managers and are viewed as unfair. Although pay for performance will result in more hard workers, it will eventually lead to more stress levels, and that will affect their work performances over time. It is important to note that individual incentive plans can offer relatively large payouts if performance thresholds are not reached. Performance appraisals ratings will be based on employees' pay grade, position and grade, and the company's increased budget to determine payout that each employee will earn. This will cause a shift in employees' motives more towards the money and not the company's goals, and this will lead to more demotivation. Okay, and the question is, how could we solve this problem, and like, what's the solution? Managers can make mistakes when it comes to conducting performance appraisal. When it comes to performance appraisal, managers should avoid making the mistake of being distributional. One aspect of being distributional is the strictness of a manager. Managers who are overcritical tend to rate performance lower than other managers and are viewed as unfair. Managers who avoid conflict and confrontation tend to favor more positive ratings that don't actually reflect true performance. And the other aspect of being distributional is central tendency. This is when managers who rate all employees close to average to be fair. Managers should have meaningful goals and allow room for competition and improvement when it comes to appraisals. Relative to fixed salary compensation, executives with higher core self-evaluation respond to incentive compensation with greater perseverance, competitive strategy focus, ethical behavior, and strategic risk taking during organizational decline. And also, effectiveness of performance appraisal can be improved by adding to the purposes of appraisal and not just aiming of reach immediate outcomes by applying it for administrative and development purposes. But the aim of reaching the ultimate outcomes as well. By adding role definition, and strategic purposes to the system. And integrating management by objective tools like setting clear objectives, defining the results, controlling standards, participation in setting objectives, continuous communication, appropriate systems of rewarding, individual performance evaluation. This can all improve performance of appraisal systems, leading to increase in employee satisfaction and productivity. Okay, and to close and conclude this presentation, pay for performance is used in company programs that pay employees based on how well they perform the duties of their job. Companies using pay for performance contain and provide guidelines that explain what behaviors or performance evaluation results potentially lead to increased pay. This system affects the behaviors and habits of employees. This system could work, but only if the employee is happy with their salary. But for example, if an employee is not satisfied with their salary, then their work performance might not be as strong and will only be motivated by money. Managers should have a purpose and meaning with their goals and not just focus on their budgets and profits. Okay. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.